What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with a Teen Mum UK video. But before we get into it, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, every single person that is a member of Patreon, and every single person that is a subscriber. Now in today's video here, we're going to be doing a cheeky little recap on what went down with Sassi and Darren and how it brought Sassi to a point where she wanted to and she felt like she needed to ask her daughter that one question that no parent should ever think to want to ask their child, because boy, if you don't get the answer that you're looking for, it's going to sting. Now, in case you don't know, I've already done a full reaction to the whole episode on Patreon. So of course, if you're not a member of Patreon, where you can go and check out the unrestricted, uncensored version of the full reaction of the episode, link is down below for you to go check it out on Patreon. But here today on YouTube, we're just going to do a quick little rundown on a certain part of what happened with their relationship in this week's episode. And boy, let's not waste any more time and let's get into it.
I'm very strict with Zania. Darren is quite fun. I hate being the bad cop. I wish I could be a soft mum, but I can't, because I know it's not right and I know it's not going to get Zania to where she needs to be in her life.
The matter of fact is this. I definitely understand what's happening here and I agree what's happening here. Now, here's the thing though, ladies and gentlemen. You know, when it comes to being a single mother and, you know, your parenting skills aren't the same as the baby daddy's parenting skills, it is always going to cause a conflict, especially given the fact that the child will spend some evenings with you and some with their daddy too. And of course, whatever they go through with mummy and whatever they go through daddy, if it's two different things, it's always going to create some sort of a friction or divide or some sort of, you know, potential conflict between the parents themselves in particular, where a child might end up thinking that, well, mummy's the bad cop and daddy's the good cop. But the matter of fact is though, if it's me and I'm in this position here, it's always going to be about being the parent that's doing the right thing. And Sassi is that parent. She's doing what she can to make sure that her daughter understands that it is important to have a routine, because a routine is also the first direction of learning what discipline is. If you don't have a routine, then there are other areas in life that you can learn discipline, but at the same time though, she's just making it clear that, listen, at the end of the day, if my daughter's going to bed late because daddy doesn't want to put her to bed late because he wants to be the fun parent, well then that's ruining everything that I'm trying to do, because I'm trying to make sure that my child has enough sleep, for one, for the growth, and two, that when she goes to school the next morning, she's not going to be in class. You know what I mean? And trust me, I tell you, back in my day when I was teaching, I had a couple kids come in and they're just like, and I'm like, whoa, what happened to you? You know what I mean? And that was due to the fact that they had parents who allowed them to stay up until God knows what time. So I definitely stand by her action in terms of her wanting to be in a situation where she's hoping that Darren can step up. But here's the thing though, because of this, it has put her in a mental position where she's now starting to believe that her daughter prefers daddy over her. Hence the reason why she decided to talk about good cop, bad cop. But before we get into the next clip here, the pinnacle clip where she asks her daughter that question you should never ask. Let me remind you, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to become a member of the channel so you can get early access content to the content that I upload here, the link is down below in the description of that too. And again, just like I said before, for the full shebang of what went down on Teen Mum, that link is down below on Patreon. And of course, if you're still here and you're still watching this, clearly means that you are a new viewer and you want to become a subscriber. So therefore, hit that big red button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time. But anyway, let's continue with the rest of the video.
Don't you? Yeah. Do you like staying at mine better or your daddy's better?
Daddy's.
Oh, all right.
Because I got that house with the ball thing. I was playing with it.
Oh man, this one hurt. Listen, the question that you don't ask your kid, do you prefer staying at mummy's or do you prefer staying at daddy's? And the daughter says with no remorse, not even a pause, not even a question, she's like, daddy's. And boom, straight away her face drops. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, your face is going to drop like this, and you know what I mean? And you're going to be in absolute sadness after hearing something like that. But at the same time though, this goes back to what I was saying before. Some questions you should just never ask. And to be honest with you, the saddest thing is that it means that there is now a competition in her head of trying to get her to, or trying to make herself the parent rather than focus on the fact that the ideas that she has in mind of being a parent are actually the right ideas. You know what I mean? It's good that she wants to have a certain bedtime for her daughter. You know what I mean? She wants to have certain rules in place for her daughter, because at the end of the day, when a kid goes to school for the first time, they're gonna go into a routine of where you got to be there by 8:30, give or take, and you got to be out of school by 3:30, give or take. Okay, so that means you got to be in bed at a certain time. You know what I mean? And also at the same time, when you're in school, you got your lunch. You got your break at 10. You got your lunch at 12. You know what I mean? And some kids, depending on how young they are, you can have another little break at 2. And all of these things come with routine, and it's important to prepare your kids for routine, and especially later in life when you go to secondary school, you go to college, you go to university, you get a job. There's always a routine put in place. At the end of the day, she's only trying to do what's best for her child to get her ready for for life. Meanwhile, Daddy-o, the fun dad who's got this boy house, he's all about, listen, just go to bed when you're like, alright, so good, don't worry about it. Let's have just all this fun. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong having a little bit of fun, but I think Sassi needs to remember though, that when she's not being like fully on a parent who's got rules and whatnot, when she's doing other things with a little girl, they're fun things like going out and getting their nails done. Even though I wouldn't recommend it at that age, personally, myself in particular, but either way though, at least she's doing things here and there. And I think sometimes in life, it's easy for people to forget the things that they do with their kids that are actually fun compared to the things that they do with their kids that may not be fun, but at the end of the day, it's a part of the process of being a parent. You know what I mean? You got to balance it out both ways. So if Daddy-o isn't balancing out on both ways, well then he's obviously not doing a great enough job or good enough job of preparing his daughter for a future life in terms of how life is going to be anyway. But nonetheless though, I think Sassi needs to calm herself down. She needs to just stay on course, not worry so much, and definitely not become competitive, because in the end, that competition will then end up becoming completely toxic. And the worst thing is, you don't want herself and Darren to then start having arguments and find the little girl and so on and so on. Which brings me to my next point. The next video that I'm going to do is going to be on a certain couple, and trust me when I tell you, this couple right here, wow. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot to uncover, so watch out for that video too. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, the full reaction to my videos when it comes to Teen Mum UK are on Patreon, okay? So go check them out. But on YouTube, I will do cheeky little breakdowns here and there for some parts that do happen. But the initial first reaction with all the uncensored version where I'm sitting there and I'm literally effing and blindly saying, what the doing? Why are you doing this? Oh my God. Yeah, that's all on Patreon. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. Right now, we're still growing, which is fantastic. So shout out every single person that is a member of Patreon, and also shout out every single person that is a member of the channel. And also, like I said before, shout out every single person that is a subscriber here. And if you're still here right now and you're not a subscriber, then clearly that means you want to become a subscriber. Otherwise, why would you still be here? Come on now, don't mess about with your boy. Don't forget the notification bell, like the video, and I'll catch every single one of you lovely people in the comment section. We are done and we are out. Peace.